So these days pretty much every game has in-game purchases. Not only do you usually pay up front for a game, but if you want to play past the first episode, you have to pay again. I'm looking at you, Telltale. But even games where you think you've bought the whole game, it turns out there's additional DLCs that everyone else has. And you can't play with them unless you also buy the DLC. Even a game like fucking Minecraft, you have to pay like $2 for a skin pack just to make your 20 pixel character look different. But that's not so bad because you don't get a competitive advantage like some games. Like every mobile game ever. Even something like GTA 5, which has loads of free DLCs, make it virtually impossible to make money in-game. So if you want any of the new stuff in the DLCs, you have to buy in-game currency anyway. Game developers these days only care about money. Your number one player might play your game 24/7 grinding for in-game resources, then some cunt with rich parents just buys everything. How shit does that other guy feel now? He just wasted his time getting something that rich cunt got instantly. All that does is pisses off your real players. But the game developers don't give a shit about loyal players, because while they're grinding the game, they're not spending any more money. So of course the devs would prefer someone who unloads all their cash into a game, even if they stop playing it in a week. They get more money from that guy than the grinder. When did games stop being about selling copies and creating a great game, to just becoming about making as much money as possible no matter which fans you piss off in the process? 10 years ago, games had variety. They were actually entertaining, not just the same recycled crap we have today. And what happened to offline modes in games? When I was a kid, my brother and I would always play against each other. These days, you're lucky if the game even has campaign or single player, let alone a split screen or co-op option. One of my favourite game modes in any game was always capture the flag. Every game used to have some sort of capture the flag. Now it's like every game is just multiplayer deathmatches. And unless you use in-game purchases to upgrade your weapons, you just get destroyed. Everything's just trying to copy the success of other games, instead of creating something unique and entertaining. Why can't games go back to when they were about the fans instead of the money? Games seem to be more focused on having super realistic graphics instead of having actually decent gameplay. Just look at how successful Minecraft is for how shit the graphics are. Because it's got decent gameplay. Yeah, I like Minecraft. It's not only for kids, it's fun because it brings out your creative side. Jeez. That's the other thing games stopped doing. Letting people create their own content. Games that let you create your own maps are always the best. Especially if you can create custom capture the flag maps. The other thing you don't see a lot of anymore is bot matches. Not just campaigns, but just versing bots in like a quick race or quick deathmatch or something. It's all about online now. Maybe I just suck at online games, but sometimes I'd rather just play against bots than some of the trolls and no-life addicts online. Alright, so this has started to just pretty much become about why games these days are generally shit. But no doubt it has to do with lazy developers, since they can't be bothered adding any features that aren't going to make them more money. Instead, they just release a half-made game full of bugs, and it has hundreds of tiny DLCs and microtransactions to get more money out of you. Maybe I'm just getting too old for gaming. Nah, fuck that. Just start making better games, you greedy bastards.